How many titles do you think they have to do like this before the real money store pops up when you log in? Because this is pretty adjacent to that already, right?
We buying Elden Bucks.
Non-apologetic nonsense.
From Software has a new title coming out. It was announced at the Game Awards.
Oh.
And then I saw what it was. People are torn, right? But one thing is in common. Everybody's mad, okay? They're just mad for different reasons. One half of this metaphorical internet who's saying, Elden Ring is Fortnite? This is dumb. And I lean in that direction more so than the other. And then you have the other people. Half of them are FromSoft fanboys. Well, most of them are. I'm just not trying to be insulting. But they're basically saying, it's from FromSoft. It's going to be great. You're not a fan if you disagree. Welcome to the world, Elden Ring Night Reign. I don't want to call it a battle royale, but we have an online game set in the Elden Ring universe, okay? So you can either play by yourself or with two other people. There's no option for two. It's one or it's three. And you have to survive these 15-minute day-night cycles to level up your character because it's a roguelike. So if you die or when you start a new quick match, you have nothing, right? So there is no slow exploration, learning a boss's movements. Basically, you survive 3 days, and then they throw a boss at you, and it'll be one of 8 bosses, okay? We can see from the trailer you have the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. You possibly have a Firekeeper. You have a Dark Souls 2 boss. But it'll just be these quick cycles, okay? Now, I decided to look a little further into this game, and I saw an interview with the director. Now, I assumed that would be Miyazaki. It is not. So this guy was
There's the problem right there.
He did enemy design, boss design work in Elden Ring and one of the earlier Dark Souls. This immediately made me think of Dark Souls 2 because that's the only other one that Miyazaki didn't directly direct, right? And the whole Souls world hated it. I don't even think it was from the caliber of the game because I thought the game was good. But it was just because they knew Miyazaki wasn't involved in it. So I do wonder how that's going to work. I'm trying my best to give it the benefit of the doubt, even though it sounds freaking stupid and a cash grab.
It does.
It means one of two things, okay? The first thing that would be great is that, like I say, Miyazaki's not directing it. So maybe this was a way to sort of fundraise or to keep the fan base happy for a period of time while Miyazaki, he's working on, he's cooking. You know what I mean? He's working on maybe a Bloodborne 2. Maybe, another IP we've never heard of. A brand new sort of adventure, but still plays in the Souls type, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne universe. That's what I'm hoping for. Or Sony is now the largest shareholder of From Software. This merger's been trying to happen for a while, but it just happened. So Sony actually is the majority shareholder, and it's only like 10%, so that's weird, but they bought a piece of From Software. Technically, they bought From Software's parent company. So could this be an influence from them? Could this be you guys aren't properly monetizing your game? You need to squeeze every bit of money out of it, and then if this is popular, let's add microtransactions, and let's reuse, because all this is reused assets. And I know people will say, Dark Souls 2 is just reused assets from 1, but it was a different world. They might have used the same bush or an enemy or something, But this is, I don't know. So that's what makes me wondering, is this what we're going to get now?
I hope not. I really fucking hope not.
If so, all I can say is it was good while it lasted, I guess. Because we still have the 5 great Souls games. So I'm hoping this was just to kind of feed the fan base to keep them happy. But I don't think that's it. Because the DLC came out this year. And they didn't put anything out for 2 years. Well, Armored Core, I guess. Didn't put anything out for 2 years. So why, if this was just to keep the fan base happy, why would they not spread it out at least a year or two past the DLC, for example? Let's say the 2-year mark while they're working on this brand new great game. It makes me anxious because this seems like the exact thing that Miyazaki has tried to avoid. You know, this type of game, this type of nonsense.
Probably why he's not part of it.
Yeah, but his name's still going to be on it at the end of the day, because the way I see it is we already have Fortnite. I didn't want the Fortnite we have.
There are so many fucking battle royals. That's what everything is now, is fucking battle royals.
I've never played a quick match game. Like I've
them.
never played a Call of Duty. I've never played...
I like Call of Duty. I don't like the Warzone. It was big. I like team deathmatch where if you get killed, you respawn, you can keep going or whatnot. And you just get whoever gets the highest amount, what team or whatnot.
I just don't like playing online. You know me, up until like 2 years ago, I had a phobia of first-person games.
Yeah.
Like I would buy a game, be like, oh, this looks great, put it in, realize it's first-person, and give it to him. And I'm just done with it. Until Resident Evil 7 came out. And of course I had to play that. And I was like, all right. And then we played that zombie game, Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, every once in a while. But I don't know, without having the character and not having the peripherals, it just, I don't know, just gives me kind of headaches. It just kind of makes me woozy, spin around in circles and the whole world's just funneling around. What would your bet be as far as what this is, this Elden Ring Night Rain?
I'm hoping it's just something like, we're going to try something new.
Yeah.
And then it bombs and they'll be like, we'll never do that again.
Here's the issue. It's not going to bomb.
I know.
People are going to love this shit. Because you got to remember, if this was pre-Elden Ring, I think it would bomb. Because the actual Souls community are going to be like, this is stupid.
It is going to be different, though, because all these other Battle Royale games, they're all shooters. So I
don't know. Like I say, it's not my type of game.
This is going to be something different where, no guns or your
sword, I think shields, you can
magic
pick
or whatnot.
8 characters, but you're going to have to find your runes, find your weapons, find, I guess, magic, if that kind of thing you're into, all within this 15-minute cycle. So it's just going to be running around bananas, you know what I mean? Which is not how I play a Souls-like. But, like I say, I think if Elden Ring hadn't came out and this was a branch off of, like, let's say Dark Souls 3, I think it would bomb. But now that we have Elden Ring and, like, everyone's a Souls fan now, I think that a big portion of that audience probably plays Call of Duty, probably plays Fortnite, probably plays with men, because those things go together. So I think it's going to be so wildly successful that A, it's going to be in your face all the time, and B, why would they not continue down this path? I don't know. I don't
like to think about it.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, because if they do like a great game, like let's say a Dark Souls 3, something similar to that, and then in between they do this little 5-year-old stuff, then like, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But if they're like, okay, we're done with Dark Souls, we're done with full Elden Ring games, this is all you're going to get from now on is these borderline gacha games. Like, how many titles do you think they have to do like this before the real money store pops up when you log in? Because this is pretty adjacent to that already, right?
You're buying fucking Elden bucks.
Could you imagine? Now, they say there's going to be no microtransactions, but I don't know. What do you think they're going to charge for this? Like, price point is something I don't see anyone talking about. Do you think this is a $20 game, or do you think this is a $60 slammer jammer?
I bet they'll at least get 40 or 50 out of it.
Oh, that's too much. It's too much for 15-minute looper. Nah, I guess it's not, because Call of Duty is what, 5-minute rounds?
10 or 15. It depends on what game you play. And it also there's a campaign story mode to it.
But still,
a majority of it is
generally it's a loop, meaning once you played all the different maps or areas, right? It's just playing the same thing over and over again and trying to be better, chicken dinner, whatever they say. But so that's what this could be. So this could continue on for years with all these dorks out there. And I don't know, man. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? There's not a game in the world I like better than something from FromSoft. So for them to come out with something and me to go, nope, not a chance. It has to be weird. Because like when they announced Sekiro and that was completely out of left field, I was like, you know what? It's from FromSoft. We got to buy it. We got to try it, you know.
Right.
Then again, I didn't buy Armored Core. You know, a mech game just didn't seem entertaining to me. But when it goes on sale, I'm going to buy it just because FromSoft made it. But I can tell you one thing. I will not be buying Night Rain. And really, you know, damn every one of you who do. Good night.
Non-apologetic nonsense.